guys, Dave G Electric Reviews. I am back again with another review. This time we're going with the Aqua FX. Hey, I got this in the mail and I ordered it from Fast Tech thinking it was a clone, but I'm pretty sure they can't clone this freaking thing because it is built to the hilt. I mean, it's got some crazy shit. So let's get down, let's check it out, and we'll see what we like and we'll see what we don't. Aqua FX, here we go. Okay, here we are, down and dirty. Let's check out this box real quick. Aqua FX, like I said, when I bought it I thought it was going to be a clone since it said style, and of course I bought it from Fast Tech. There's the specification. Plain old box. Regular plain old box. Let's pull it out. I've been using this thing for I want to say a week now. I'll tell you what, it's a pretty good tank. I like it a lot. It's heavy duty. I mean, it is built nicely. There's the adjustable airflow. Let's see if we can find that hole in there. Oh yes, there it is. The pin does not protrude at all, so yeah, you want to watch out for that. If anyone's gonna. There's the Ultem drip tip, and this is what I really like about this. It's got this little nozzle thing. That's probably the anti-particle, whatever the hell they're talking about. Let's pull this off here. This drip tip does come out, so you can use it in anything that requires a 510 drip tip. And there's the top fill. One thing I noticed with this filling the top, it even tells you in the instructions, is to close up that air hole, and then when you fill it up, open it back up. That'll get the negative pressure inside that chamber to where it's not going to leak. It has leaked on me before when I didn't close that and filled it all the way up. But it holds a lot of juice. It sucks the juice down. I was going about 2 of these tanks per day, and that's a lot of juice for me. So let's break it apart and I'll show you the pieces here. Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and just pull this out. There you got your larger glass tank, and here you got a stainless steel tank. Look at that little Minecraft face there. Let's see what's in the box. What's in the box? What's in the box? Now the instructions are freaking fucking ridiculous. I mean, look at this. Crazy. But I'll tell you what, this thing is really useful. Let's see what else. So it came with a pre-built fix coil. Came with some cotton strips. You're gonna want those when you're rebuilding. Now I did try rebuilding this once, but I got frustrated and I just kind of gave up. There's another bottom piece to the fix. You got your clips for the little cage that you put your coil in. This is ceramic, your ceramic cage. And then you got your little little adjustable tool there. This is for loosening up, not this part, but the rest of it. Let's pull it apart and see what we got, and then I'll kind of explain it. So that's what we're working with. There is a lot to this little bastard. There's the coil, and this is the one that came with it. It's pretty it's kind of gunked up. Looks like I burnt some shit there in it. Let's go ahead and pull this apart. I'm gonna probably rebuild it anyway. Oh yeah, that's gross. So that coil is in there wrapped up. Yeah. Running her too hot. Of course, when I first got this and filled it up with juice, let it sit for 5 minutes, the first draw off of it was horrible dry. I mean, it was like burning metal. It was nasty. It burnt the shit out of my throat. And I ended up pulling that out, sticking it back in, and then everything was okay after that. But let's put this thing back together. I'll show you how she goes real quick. This is your base for that coil thingy there. The fix. This thing fits inside there. This will be your positive pin. There is an O-ring down in there. You probably I can just barely see it, but that's how it avoids that connection. I'm gonna wrap this fucking thing back on here. Even though that's nasty, I'm still gonna wrap it up on there. I don't care. You just jam that fucker down in there. Alright, that is in there. And here is the spitback protector, or particle protector, whatever the hell they called it here. Let's get that on there. Fits on there pretty good. And then there's this piece here, in which this goes into, and here's where you use your driver thing. See how that is? And then we got the bottom. The one thing I've noticed with this thing is either when I'm trying to screw it off of my mod, either that base will come off, or the airflow will keep trying to unscrew. So I mean, you really got to grab this whole thing here to unscrew it off your mod. And then here's the bell. That's the juice bell. The juice holes, if you will. They're going to suck up into those little holes there. Dun, dun, dun. And then that screws onto there, as you can see. And then we got the top. Let's fill this up with juice. Puff on it a little bit, and I'll explain the coiling system, the FICS or fix. Alright. So there we have it on the mod. And the weird thing is this thing reads pretty high. It says it's a 1 ohm coil, and it very well could be, but I kind of had a feeling that it may be counting in the resistance of these, or maybe it was doing that when the first time I took a puff off it, and maybe that's why I got a dry hit, because if it was counting those, then it was giving me a bad resistance reading if it was maybe touching the top of that little spit back cap on top of the coil. Let's talk about the fix. So it comes with this little bar here. Get this fucking juice out of here. Now, it comes with this little bar. So, typically, you put your coil, make your coil on this bar. God damn it, won't go in there. Mine's bent out. Okay. Now, this bar I've seen fits inside these, but this one does not. So that's why I kind of gave up on making a coil. I'll give you the gist of it though. There's a little groove right there in the porcelain. There's a little groove right there in the porcelain. You want to wrap that before you stick it in there, of course. And then you put your little clip over the top, and that holds the wire. So that would make your positive, and that one would make your negative. So that's how that works. It's pretty simple, not easy to build, definitely not for any kind of beginner. But if you like screwing around with shit like I do, then eventually you're going to get it right. And you know, it's these coils are pretty awesome. They work pretty well. As far as juice flow, yeah, it's pretty damn good. So let's go back up. Let's tape some puffs off it, and let's talk about it. I'll tell you what, these instructions are something else. How to use juice refill, Pyrex tank extend, how to use FXR coil replacement. What's real cool is they do show you a lot of pictures. Vape with Aqua FX the very first time. Suggested rating is 0.4 ohm, 20-30 watts, 1 ohm, 25 to 35, which is pretty right on. This thing is pretty handy. It's pretty cool that they give you all that information with it. As far as the tank, it's got great flavor. I have mine at 34 watts, so I got a 1 ohm coil in here. Some narwhal milk in the old tank here. What I'm really interested to see is what it would look like with this stainless steel on there. It'd probably be pretty cool. This large glass. I don't really like too tall of tanks, so I've opted to leave the smaller one on it. But it's a pretty cool looking little tank. Flavor production is great. The airflow is pretty close to how I like it. I got mine wide open, and it's just a little bit restrictive, but I'm used to wide open addies. So as far as tanks go, that's definitely plenty of airflow. The tip is real cool. It doesn't get hot or warm or anything. It does catch a little bit of juice up in the top, but it doesn't drain into your mouth like a normal drip tip would because of this little thingy. So this stops it from dripping into your mouth, so you can vape it in bed. Yep. As far as this tank goes, this one is definitely at the top of my list of tanks. I do have one more tank that I do like a lot better than this, and that's the ePro Morph tank. This one is pretty freaking badass. It's pretty tall though, so you know it's a toss up one or the other. But definitely this is an awesome tank that anybody should try, except for beginners. Unless you can get somebody to rebuild them coils for you, because they are a pain in the arse. Of course, until you get it. So. Here's one of my favorite atomizers. This is the Suave Addy, and this is what I'm going to be doing another review on coming up real soon. So stay tuned. Everybody, thanks for watching. This is Dave G Electric Reviews. Vape on.